over in the YouTube chat room tonight from the arena for one of the very first times as well. Hi, Flyer. How are you?
Oh, man, what's going on, bro?
You doing well?
I'm freezing my
It is
butt
cold.
off. It is cold outside. What's going on?
I know. You'd think it's December or something.
Bro, you would think this isn't California or something.
That's true. Although I was back in South Dakota over the weekend, so this was pretty good.
Oh, well, let me tell you, I bet if you was back there, we have nothing to complain about.
No, that is very, very true. And right now, we don't have a lot to complain about with the Kings as well. They come in 13-13. They've won 3 straight. They get the Denver Nuggets tonight. They get a long homestand, next 5 at home, 9 of the next 11. Normally, that would be a great thing, but as we know with the Kings, being at home hasn't necessarily been a great advantage for them.
Not really. They really still haven't had a chance to solidify home court. You know, Coach Brown talked about how he wanted this team to really have G1 dominance, and that really hasn't came to fruition yet. But I'll tell you what I do like from this team. You know, when we look at it, we're 13-13.
Yep.
All right, we're right back at 500, and I honestly think, Scott, that resets the clock for this basketball team. Yep. You look at what has happened, the good and the bad and the ugly. All right, you're 13-13, and I think that with this next 9 out of 11 here, you really have a chance to right your wrong. You have another chance to right the ship and get back to exactly where you want to be at that 4, 5, 6 position.
No doubt. And the only 2 road trips or quote unquote, road trips are to the Warriors and the Lakers. So they won't be really traveling at all for a while.
Right. Everything is right here. So, you know, I think this is definitely a good opportunity for this young club to, you know, really catch fire, get on a spark, get on a heater, however you want to call it, but get some more wins to where, you know, we're not talking about, well, we still need to make up, 5 games that we let go.
For sure. And obviously, the Kings took care of business their last 3 games, beating teams that they should have beat. As you look at beating a San Antonio team without Wemby, which was a good win. Of course, taking care of Utah, blowing them out, and then going to New Orleans, a team that's decimated too, and getting that win on the road. It got a little scary late, but they got enough to get that one done.
You know, when you win in games like that, Scott, it's by any means necessary, by hook or crook. You know, don't make no difference if you win them by 10, 20, 30, or if you just squeak by and win it by 1. Long as you get a W. That's what this young team needs to start doing now, is racking up W. Don't care how it looks. As long as you can get the W, it's good.
No doubt about that. And for the Kings, it's going to be interesting because tonight, no Kevin Huerter, no Keegan Murray as well. Woke up ankle soreness, will not go tonight. We'll get into that. We'll have our injury report later on, but it'll be another challenge for the Kings tonight because we know certainly the bench is going to be depleted.
Yeah, and another
starters
thing
too, but
and then another thing is that, Scott, it puts a dent in your 3-point productivity because both of those guys are pretty high up on the list when you start talking about this team being able to manifest the threes. You know, you go with De'Aaron, you go with Monk. Next thing you know, you talk about Huerter and Keegan, and you don't have neither one of those guys. So now we only have the 2 starters that you lay heavily on for the 3-point arsenal.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see what Mike Brown's rotation might be like tonight as they take on maybe the best player in the world in the Joker, as Nikola Jokic in town tonight, and he's on a tear. We'll get into.
Do we call him the best player in the world? You know what? I wouldn't call him the best player.
Okay. What would you call him?
The most efficient. The dude is just efficient.
Yeah, he is. He's out here working out as we're doing our show right now. If he's not the best player in the world, he's certainly one of them, and you can make a case for it. I mean, who else would you put above him in that stratosphere right now?
I mean, his game is just ugly to be. It's just horrid. But he's so skilled, bro, in everything he does. I mean, he's definitely, I would say, top 2 efficient players in the NBA.
Let me put the question a different way. You're a GM in the league. You have the number 1 draft pick. Who are you taking? I mean, I know Wemby with the potential maybe, but I'm just saying right now you're trying to field the best team in the NBA. You have the number 1 pick. Who are you starting it with?
I'll tell you what, and if everybody's healthy, I'm still going with Joel Embiid over the Joker.
Okay.
Because I think he poses a bigger threat to where guys have to double team him off the giddy up more than the Joker. The Joker gets everybody else involved, but I think if you're looking at just straight dominance out there on the floor, Joel Embiid is still the most dominant player in the league.
Yeah, this year's just been one of those years where he's been absolutely snake bit, no doubt about it.
Hurt.
Yeah, broken sinus cavity, return unknown.
And you know what? And the reason why I say that is because we see what happened when they went head up mano a mano.
Mm-hmm.
Joel kind of broke him off down there in Philly.
Yeah,
I mean, the Joker's a great player.
Yeah,
but that kind of showed me when it comes down to you against me against you, you're going to lead your team, I'm going to lead my team. Joel Embiid said, I don't care who I got, give me the ball.
Yeah.
And the Joker's type of guy to be like, okay, I got to make sure he get the ball, to make sure this guy going, that going. And that's the right way to play.
Sure.
But one-on-one, mano a mano, Embiid got it.
It'd be pay-per-view, no doubt. And Embiid, probably the better defensive player. Of course, Jokic has a ring. Embiid doesn't at this point in time either.
That says a lot, don't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. Ring's always the showboard, right?
Hey, that says a lot.
So, but you could have that conversation again. You're talking about, A+ and AA, whatever you want to call it. They're two of the best for sure. It'll be a pleasure to see the Joker in the house tonight. And the Kings, well, they're going to have to try and figure out how to contain him a little bit. Going back to New Orleans on Thursday, we talk about the three-point shooting. Obviously, Kevin Huerter's going to be missed tonight. DeMar DeRozan showed an outside three-point shot on Thursday night.
Hey, third quarter, something happened, right?
Yeah.
Like he must have went in the locker room and took a three-point pill because he came out in the third quarter and just lit it up. I was like, okay, Debo, I see you. Feed him. See what he can do. See if that gate stays open. That's one thing that I think this team, they recognize it, but they don't ride it.
Yeah.
When a guy like, put this way, when a guy like Kevin Huerter gets on the heater, I'm giving him the ball. I don't care what goes on. If he still hit shot after shot after shot, bro, I don't care if you had half court, shoot it.
Exactly.
Because it might be one of those nights. And, we got guys that once they get on a heater, you never know what they can give you. We see what De'Aaron does when he gets on a heater. We see what Malik Monk does when he hits it. Sabonis, same thing. Debo, you know what? Ride that. Because sometimes you can ride that on out to the sunset.
No doubt. And for DeRozan, he had 18 shots, 10 of them, he hit 3 of 3 from three-point land and was 10 of 11 from the line. And that's the other point. The Kings, 27 of 29 from the line on Thursday night. And in an ugly game where it came down to a 2-point contest, they got 10 more points at the line.
Scooter, when you start talking about ugly games, I'm sorry, free throws come into that.
Yep.
Free throws is one of the biggest things that you look at when you start talking about ugly, grind out, gritty type games. You go straight to the free throw line. And when you shoot the free throws at a high rate, that puts you in a very good position to win games. And I'm sorry, that's where the Kings are going to have to be. They're not particularly shooting the basketball the way they thought this team should. I'm not going to call them a bad shooting team, but I'm not going to call them a good shooting team either. So at the end of the day, if you're not shooting the basketball particularly well, guess what? You better be good in steals. You better be good in deflections. You better be good at the free throw line game. You better be good in offensive rebounds, defensive rebounding, all the things that equate to a gritty game. You better be good in those categories.
No doubt. And it doesn't hurt when Sabonis has a 30-20 game too.
Ooh, yeah. You know what? This dude, man.
He's so unappreciated. He's the Rodney Dangerfield of the NBA, isn't he?
Gets no respect. I'm telling you. If Domantas Sabonis played in Boston, New York, or LA, they would be screaming for him to be president. He would get so much more coverage. It's ridiculous because what he's doing in this league is unprecedented. I mean, he's right behind this dude when you start talking about numbers, and you said he's the best player in the world.
No doubt. And you look at the numbers and what Sabonis did last year in comparison to the Joker. I mean, they were entirely comparable. And, we know Sabonis winning an NBA rebounding title, and he's second in the league right now in rebounding. I mean, would you call him Joker light? Where would you call him?
He's a unicorn, no doubt.
Yeah.
The one thing that, Joker, Embiid, maybe even Wemby, and I'm talking about big men, what they have over Sabonis is that they have that that killer instinct on the inside of give me the ball. I'm going to make it happen no matter what.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Kobe-esque. You know what? I know you guys can hit it, but no, it's my time. I'm going to make this happen. Same way De'Aaron has it. De'Aaron has that. Sabonis really don't. So Sabonis plays basketball the right way, and that's typical for most European guys because that's what they're taught.
Yeah.
Over there, it's not about it's no self play over there in Europe. It's all about the team concept, and that's why most of those guys, when they come over here, they pass the ball. They make sure they make the right play.
No doubt. And when you look at Sabonis and you talk about his line on Thursday, you mentioned the word efficient with Jokic. I mean, Sabonis' line, he was 11 of 15 from the field.
Crazy.
Made his lone three-point attempt. He was 9 of 9 from the line.
Crazy. I looked at that stat line. I was just like, my God. I mean, back when I played, that's Sports Center all day and night. They're not talking about nobody but you.
No, and Sabonis deserves some more conversation because, again, he has picked up right where he's left off his first couple of seasons with the Kings. He's been absolutely amazing in a Kings uniform. And you look at the numbers, I mean, they're still top of the league. His consistency is probably his greatest asset.
Yes. His consistency, and I would have to say this, his motor, his durability, all of the things that, make him who he is special. Like I said, his motor is through the roof. You never question a Sabonis effort. Okay. You never question his durability.
Yep.
You never question if he comes up and there's some blood spurring out. You never say, okay, Sabonis going to the locker room. No. He's coming back in the game. The dude has to be laid out on a stretcher before he's not going to play a basketball game. So that's what makes him so special.
No doubt. All right. The Kings come into this game. They're at 13-13, as you said, a chance kind of to start anew. When we come back, we'll kind of look what 13-13 means right now in the Western Conference. It still has them on the outside looking in. 13-13 would not even be in a play-in situation at the moment, as they're currently tied for 11th place with the San Antonio Spurs. We'll kind of get caught up on the state of affairs in the Western Conference. We'll also break down this homestand for the Kings. As we mentioned, 5 straight at home, 3 against the Lakers coming up in the next 6 games, and 9 of 11 at home as well. That and a lot more. This is Game Night. It's brought to you by Power Business Technology. Experience for yourself how the Power of Family can help you with all your business copier needs. Give them a call, 1-844-POWER-BZ, or go to powercopiers.com. More of Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
Every rose has its thorn.
Get ready for Rotten legend Bret Michaels, bringing his unforgettable show to the Nugget Casino Resort in Reno on December 28th. Experience all the hits, all the energy with the iconic voice of Bret Michaels. And here's the ultimate rock star bonus, a chance to win a signed guitar from Bret himself, exclusively at the show. Don't miss your chance to rock out and create memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. December 28th, Bret Michaels at the Nugget Reno, where rock and roll dreams come true.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Deal Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that J.
With 24 monthly bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 40 lines without our pay. Well qualified customers plus taxes and fees at $35 per line connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due $999.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Sign up for Sky River Rewards, and you'll get $15 free play to use on your first visit. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Welcome back into game night right here. Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the high flyer Henry Turner. Coming to you live from the Golden One Center. Game night brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Check out their full line of vehicles at mbofstockton.com. As we said, Nikola Jokic out there working out, or just finishing his workouts. And, you know, high flyer, when you watch the Joker work out, it is so intentional. You know, everything he is doing has a set purpose. He's working on his footwork. He's working on things he's going to be doing during the game. It's not a matter of him just going out there, lightly warming up, putting up some shots.
And have you noticed, if you really watch the way he works out, he has a move, then he has a counter, then he has a counter to that counter.
Yeah.
To where, you know, if you have a good defensive guy on you, you're going to give him your move. He's going to stop that one. You're going to hit him with a counter. If he's a good defensive player, he's still with you on the counter. If you have a counter to that counter, most the good defensive players are only going to be with you during two moves. So if you have a third that you can go to, man, that makes you elite.
It makes you very elite, no doubt about it. He's just a guy who just works and works and works, and he's earned everything that he has absolutely gotten out of himself in this league. And it's amazing because it's not like he came into the league a number one draft pick.
You know what? He came into this league almost like an experiment because people saw the talent that he had. But you remember, the main thing on him was, oh, he's not athletic enough. He don't go up and down. You know, he doesn't run. The NBA is a high-octane sport now. You know, he's a throwback. He's a dinosaur. Well, they had no idea how much talent this young man has and what he does as far as making other players around him better.
Yeah. He was the 41st pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Is that maybe the single best draft pick ever?
Man. And like I said, you know, they were still talking about, okay, well, is he going to be able to adapt to the game over here? You know, and it was a big question about that with him. And then when we saw, because remember, they had Joker, and who else was on the team? They had two big guys.
Oh, Nurkic.
And Nurkic, yeah. It was either him or Nurkic, and they were like debating who
they should keep.
Who should they keep?
I think they made the right decision.
Oh, yeah. They made whoever made that decision probably still got the job to this day.
Yeah, I think they got it right. All right, let's break down the Kings. As I said, they're 13-13 right now, so they're just at 500. That's good for 11th in the Western Conference, tied with the Spurs, a game back of the Clippers and the Lakers. As we said, they're going to play the Lakers 3 times here before the end of the year, which is pretty crazy. They're 6.
Is LeBron back yet?
LeBron is back.
Okay.
And that's something we'll get into the next segment because he talked about the layoff and the 2 games that he missed. So we'll save that for the next segment.
Gotcha.
But, 6-7 at home, 7-6 on the road. You say it's kind of a chance to get started anew, and it is true at home that they do have this chance, but it's 6-7 at home. I mean, 9 of the next 11 here, they've got to take advantage of this. This is too many games at home not to get some games in the win column.
Okay, Scott, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean and what I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying that the team is dominant at home. We know about the home record and the road record. Home record should be a lot better. But what I am saying is that they have something special as far as being able to right the wrong. They struggled early on.
Yep.
But this part of their season really can make up for that to where they're right where they're supposed to be. Now, if they would have did what they needed to do out the gate, this part of the season, we're looking at rubbing our hands saying, hey, we can shoot this thing all the way to number one. But since, we've had some bumps in the road, it's just the part of the season to where we can get back to where we need to be.
Yeah. So looking at the schedule, tonight it's Denver. Then they play the Lakers consecutive games at home Thursday and Saturday. That's interesting. So the Lakers are going to be here for a while in Sacramento. Feels like a mini playoff series. Then you get the Pacers on Sunday. You get the Pistons the day after Christmas. You go to LA on the 28th, and then you wrap up the year against the Mavericks at home, and you start the new year against the Sixers before the Grizz roll in. And then you go to Golden State on the 5th.
You have a lot of games, like I said, that you can take advantage of. And really, the way I see it, Scott, I think this basketball team, if they play the way that they're supposed to play, they can beat anybody in this building. I'm talking about the elites.
Yep.
So the other teams that come in, if they play the way they're supposed to play, they have a chance to right this ship. I really wish that for the Kings. You talk about a Christmas wish. That's what I wish for this basketball team, is for them to play basketball the way we know that they can play.
No doubt. And obviously they have played better since Malik Monk's been in the starting lineup. There's no doubt about that. We've got enough data, and we've just seen it enough to know they've won 4 of their last 5 games with Malik starting. And if you look at some of the numbers over that time, they're number 1 in the NBA in offensive rating, 124.4, 3 in scoring, 6 in field goal percentage, 6 in 3-point percentage, 8 in defensive rating, 9 in opponent field goal percentage, and 11 in opponent 3-point shooting percentage. So offensively and defensively, they've been better with Malik starting.
Yes, they have definitely been better. Are they where they think they should be? No way. It's still under the radar as far as knocking down 3-point shots. They still haven't hit that stride to where they feel good about how they lace up threes. But I like that they're still able to manage wins. Whenever you can play a basketball game, Scott, and you can look at the game and say, well, we particularly still didn't shoot the basketball well from 3, but you were able to win that basketball game. That's when you can start looking at your team as a plus.
Yeah, no doubt. And obviously Malik, it's the tone he sets that gets everything going for the game. That's been a huge difference. And truthfully, Kevin Huerter's been better off the bench.
I always say pressure bust pipes, Scott.
Yeah.
And, he's been better off the bench because I don't think it's that much pressure on him coming off the bench the way it is in that starting lineup. I honestly think Kevin Huerter has been in a situation to where he really feels like if he don't hit his first 2 or 3 shots, the tension on him is very high.
Yeah. And we'll see how his shoulder plays out here. He's not going to play tonight. Bang that shoulder on Thursday. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's the same shoulder that he had surgically repaired last year. They have him listed as day-to-day. Hopefully, it's nothing more than that.
Yeah, hope it's one of those things where, he just got a stinger or maybe, a little soreness, maybe even a little bruise. But hopefully it's one of those things where he can get back on the basketball court, because I honestly think the more time he stays off the court, the more time it's going to take him to get back.
No doubt. And, again, with the momentum, you hate to see it not be able to continue, and you would hate to see him miss any extended period of time right now with the Kings kind of trending in the right direction. And then tonight without Keegan, boy, that creates all sorts of problems against this Denver team.
Well, offensively and defensively, Scott, because offensively, Keegan was, kind of trending up with his 3-point shot. But I think more so, Keegan Murray don't ever get a day off. Keegan Murray is guarding the number 1 scorer on every basketball team that we face. So that means our head of the snake defensively is out.
No doubt. And with a starting lineup with Denver that includes Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, the Joker, Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, we got to find out. He's also listed as questionable. He may not go tonight for the Nuggets, but still, it's very tough to match up defensively when you don't have Keegan out there.
Yeah, and when you got, just the 3 you named, the 2, the 3, and the 4, all of those guys are guys that Keegan can guard, and now Keegan's not going to be able to guard neither one of them, so somebody else is going to have to step up defensively. Somebody else is going to have to step up grabbing rebounds. Keegan is almost averaging double digits in rebounding. He's been a big part of the surges of the Sacramento Kings rebounding game. So, some guys are really going to have to put on some big boy shoes to help fill what Keegan is leaving off.
Yep, no doubt. All right. When we come back, we're going to go around the league. We'll get you caught up on the LeBron situation. He did play and broke the 2-game absence from not playing. We'll talk about that. He gave some explanation, some clarity on why he didn't play. Of course, the Lakers coming here on Thursday. We'll also take a look at the NBA Cup final tomorrow night. They're going to have OKC versus Milwaukee. We'll revisit last night's game. Did you catch any of that Dallas Golden State game last night?
Boy, was that a barn burner or what?
The record for most combined threes in a game.
Ooh.
The Mavs winning 143-133 at Chase Center, and Klay Thompson came in and did a number.
Lit him up.
Yeah, he did a number on his whole team. We'll get into that and a lot more. It's game night coming to you live from the Golden One Center right here. Sacktown Sports 1140.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead. Outstanding ball movement by Sacramento.
Every triple, every jam, every Kings win.
Sabonis with the jam over the Joker. He's got the three-point shot.
Get your Kings fix all season long.
Right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Wrap Up the Year sales event?
We're giving you a head start on next year with up to $16,000 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s, starting as low as $36,325.
Wow. You guys are always looking forward.
Not only do we have great deals on new Ram trucks, the Hoblet Family Dealers is growing with a huge selection of used cars at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter, with over 220 vehicles available and over 45 under 20,000.
Now more than ever, Hoblet needs to be your first stop when you need a new or used car. Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 16,000 total net savings on select new Ram 1500 models after 10,500 factory rebates and 5,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 1,500 Chrysler Capital bonus cash. Must finance through Chrysler Capital qualify. 500 business upfit, business ownership, and 500 upfit required. And 2,000 Ford Conquest cash. Must own or lease a Ford. No trade-in required. 10th the net savings. 36,325 sample VIN 544-890. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The most wonderful time of the year has officially begun at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet in Sacramento. This is the sale you've been dreaming of, with holiday hits on every aisle. 12 full days of unbeatable prices on only the best Makita products in town, and much, much more. Free batteries with tools, free tools with batteries, and bare tools starting at just $99. So check us out at 6701 Power Inn Road in Sacramento, or shop our Christmas deals online at fastenersinc.net. Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet. Better tools, better prices.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
Welcome back into game night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140. Scott Marshall on with the high flyer Henry Turner. Kings and Nuggets tonight. Nikola Jokic in the house. Michael Malone in the house as well. Former Kings coach, now coach of the Denver Nuggets, of course, led them to the championship a couple of years ago. And he's kind of, as we've always said, the coach that got away from the Kings.
No doubt. No doubt. That one coach that, really was able to do a little something with DeMarcus Cousins, a coach that, really had this team playing at a high level, At one point before DeMarcus went down,
he got that illness. Remember, he got pneumonia, I want to say.
Right. I mean, and the team was playing great ball at that particular time.
Yeah, and then during that stretch when DeMarcus was off, that's when they made the move to let go of Michael Malone early in the year. Chris Mullin was advising at the time, and that's when they went to George Karl after that, I believe.
Yeah. It was Chris Mullin and Pete D'Alessandro was in that, and we can always look back and say, okay, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Sure. But, put it this way. If they didn't make that move, we wouldn't have Mike Brown.
Absolutely. Mike Brown's done a great job for this Kings organization, and Sacramento feeling good about that. And, of course, re-signing him for the 3-year extension says everything you need to know about that.
And I'm glad that they gave Mike his security, man, because, whenever you come in, and you change a whole culture of a team, he deserved that.
Yeah.
He's even if you just let him roll out his next 3 years, he deserved that, man, because he's changed the product of what you have out here on the floor.
No doubt. No doubt. He's done an amazing job in Sacramento. All right, let's go around the league. Obviously, the Lakers are in on Thursday. LeBron James will be here, very close to celebrating his 40th birthday. He's going to be 40 at the end of the month. There's going to be a birthday cake for LeBron here, you think?
I mean, they can, but it's going to have an L on top of it.
Can he blow out all the candles?
He's going to have an L on top of it.
I think it'd be pretty funny if you had a cake and you put all these candles all over the cake that he couldn't blow out. But
I mean, it's just crazy to think that he's that old and still playing at such of a high level. Usually when guys hit 40, they just riding it out.
Yeah.
LeBron is still the focal point. And, honestly, to tell you, as far as if you are a LA Laker fan, it's a blessing and a curse. Because I look at him the same way I looked at Kobe Bryant. I love me some Kobe.
Oh, yeah.
But that last year of Kobe was a farewell to Kobe. Let's just watch Kobe play.
Yep.
Everybody just stood and watched Kobe. It wasn't even about winning basketball games anymore because everybody deferred to Kobe.
Yeah, the Lakers certainly aren't at that point yet. 14-12, they're 9-3 at home. Road record hasn't been very good. As we said, he missed the 2 prior games. He came back and they beat a good Memphis team last night. LeBron scoring 18 in that game. The Lakers winning 116-110. The Grizz are 18-9. So that was a good win for them. Afterwards, LeBron, of course, asked about his absence. J.J. Redick said he was out for, quote, personal reasons. LeBron James asked about it, just said he was getting some rest. He finally took the advice of the training staff and his foot. Of course, he's had foot soreness for a couple of seasons now, but just says that foot soreness is, quote, an everyday thing that he has to deal with at this point in his career.
You know what? Sounds like a well-seasoned basketball player. It's just certain illnesses that you're going to have. I'm sorry, no matter what you do, it's just going to be there. And plus, hey, you have certain things that feel different when you click over 40.
Yeah. No doubt about that. And, of course, the Lakers didn't make the NBA Cup like they did last year, winning it all. So that gave LeBron a chance, as the Kings. They've been off a lot. Just, we've had 4 days off between games twice, and that's just so unusual in this season.
Yeah, it is, because last year we were in the hunt. We were playing.
Yeah.
So, this year we had those couple of little breaks. But I think it was well-needed time for the Kings.
No doubt. And for LeBron, certainly well-needed as well. And we'll see moving forward for him what this means, if he's going to be willing. He had said coming into the year he wanted to play all 82 games. Obviously, that hasn't happened now. We'll see if he goes on a load management throughout the rest of the year.
He might. I mean, because the thing about it is, Scott, they're going to need him.
Yeah.
So why would you ride all the rubber off his tires early on when and if you do make it at the end? The tires are going to be bald. You can be like, what happened?
Yeah. No, you got to leave some tread.
You have to leave some tread on it.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We talked about Joel Embiid. 76ers are optimistic on his return. As we said, his rough season continued to get rougher after a sinus fracture. The good news is it's not nearly as severe, according to head coach Nick Nurse, as the 2 previous facial fractures he suffered in his career before. So we'll see how much time he misses, but really tough for Embiid, who will be reevaluated in a week. He seems to take more facial punishment than any player in the league.
Well, the thing about it is that you have to look at where Embiid holds the ball at a lot. He holds it up under his chin.
Yeah.
So a lot of big men do that. Sabonis does it. He holds the ball up under his chin. So when you're swiping and probing for the ball, your face is the next thing that comes from that ball. So it's not surprising that both of them. I mean, come on now. Sabonis has scratches and black eyes the whole
true.
season.
That's true.
It's exactly for where they hold the basketball.
Yeah, and as we learned, Sabonis doesn't wear a mouthpiece, or did earlier in the season at least. So,
well, Sabonis better invest in the mouthpiece.
I think so too. It was your guy Pascal
Siakam,
who of course elbowed Embiid back in 2022. That was during the series with the Raptors. He suffered a fracture in his right orbital. So it's been a tough run for Embiid. Hopefully he can get it back together. Would love to see him play better. And, of course, he'll be here on New Year's Day when the 76ers come in. All right, let's fast forward to last night as well. That Warriors-Mavericks game was one of the special games on the NBA schedule. Second time they've played at Oracle already, these two teams. So they've already had Klay Thompson's return. The first time the Warriors won it was Steph Curry finishing the game, going night-night on Thompson. Klay got all the laughs last night. An incredible performance by the Mavs and Klay Thompson.
Let me tell you something, Scott. It was so much up and down in that basketball game. I felt myself going, timeout, coach.
Yeah.
Timeout. And
Need a breather.
I'm just watching. I mean, it was just a score fest, a score bucket after bucket after bucket.
It was fun to watch. There's no doubt.
It was.
143 to 133 was the finals. We said it set the combined record for most threes in an NBA basketball game. The Mavericks hit 21. The Warriors hit 27. So combined 48 threes between those two teams.
That was a lot of three-point shooting. A lot.
It was. And for Klay Thompson, he ended up with 29 points. He looked like the Klay of old. He was 7 of 11 from distance in that game. Luka had another triple-double with 40-plus points.
Right. And you mean to tell me that, players, like I said, players are going to say the right thing.
Yeah.
Oh, this game means nothing. It's just another regular game for me. You think that was a regular game for Klay?
Heck no.
Because he understood. Steph gave you the night-night.
Yes.
And you had to walk out of that arena with your tail tucked. This time, Klay was like, no, not tonight.
No.
I'm getting my revenge.
He looked great last night. The Warriors are kind of tail spinning a little bit. They got off to that incredible start. They've now lost 8 of 10.
Ooh.
They're 14-11. They brought Draymond Green off the bench for the second time this year. What do you make of the Warriors? We were so high on them, and obviously they were playing great ball atop the Western Conference. They've fallen into a tough stretch here. Is it something they can get out of, or are they coming back to where we thought they would be originally?
You know what? I have no idea. I've seen some Warrior games. I haven't really seen them all. But I'll tell you what, the games that I've seen, they were playing very, very good basketball offensively. It seemed like everybody was on a string. Everybody was clicking. Defensively, they were making the right rotations. Guys were scrambling around. They look like a well-rounded basketball team. I don't know what they're going through now. Maybe it's one of those lows. All teams go through it. They have ebbs and flows. Maybe they're just struggling for a little while, and they'll get right back to winning.
Yeah, they pick up Dennis Schroeder. Anthony Melton goes, who's injured. They give away just a couple of second-round draft picks to get him. Schroeder should help the cause.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Another guy that can come in and score, another guy that can facilitate. The one thing that surprised me is that I didn't know Buddy Hield was going to just be so seamlessly added to that basketball team.
Yeah.
Buddy can shoot, but he is definitely playing very good basketball for Golden State.
Yeah, he has played extremely well. That's been helpful. It's been good to see Wiggins get back to himself too.
That's where I think they've been missing.
Yeah.
Because Wig has been in and out. Wiggins is the X factor. I think, Milton had really picked up to where Klay was.
Yeah.
Right? You still got Steph. Draymond has been playing better basketball this year. You can say what you want to about him, but yes, he has been playing better basketball. But their X factor was Wiggins.
Yep.
Because Wig was the guy that made things happen. And then you got the young fella in Kuminga. Kuminga's been playing good basketball.
He has. He definitely has been good. He's been coming off the bench at times. He started last night. So the Warriors still a deep team. They're not a tall team. In a lot of ways, they have similar issues inside that the Kings do here. But we'll see how their season unfolds. The Kings are going to see the Warriors coming up shortly as well. All right, let's go to the scoreboard tonight. Sixers are in Charlotte, of course, without Embiid. They've got Paul George out on the floor. They're leading the Hornets 99-95. George has 27 in this one for the Sixers. The Pistons, who come in here as part of the homestand on the 26th, they are leading the Miami Heat 112-98. Jimmy Butler's got 28, 11, and 7. Is Jimmy Butler trying to show himself off? The rumor is he wants out of Miami.
Wow. If you're Jimmy Buckets,
yep.
Where do you go? Because the pickings are slim for you. You know, you're not going to say, okay, send me to Brooklyn. He's not going to say, send me to Atlanta. You know, he wants to go to a contender. And what contender is going to be able to get buckets for one? Number two, to match salaries. It's a lot of things that go into it, Scott, that, you know, make it to where a lot of teams can't afford him.
True. His salary is prohibitive. I mean, you've heard his name bantered with the Warriors, the Mavericks. I mean, all those teams. And, of course, anybody would want Jimmy Butler. But the bigger question is, what do you have to give up to get him?
What are you going to give? Think about it this way. We just went over the Warriors roster.
Yeah.
In order for them to get Jimmy buckets, your boy Wiggins got to go.
Yeah.
Number one is going to have to go because he has the biggest salary besides Steph.
Yep. It would be interesting. Obviously, Jimmy Butler makes any team better. And the great thing about Jimmy Butler is when he gets to the playoffs, he plays better. And, of course, the Warriors, I mean, they're in that window where Curry and Kerr are signed for 2 more years right now. And like a lot of teams, they're championship or bust.
Yes, and would you get rid of Wiggins and maybe the guard?
Moody or possibly a Kuminga, or I don't know what you'd have to give up. Obviously, there'd be a draft pick involved somewhere in all of that as well.
I couldn't give up 2 of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, we could do Wiggins and a draft pick or something like that, but if you got to do Wiggins and Kuminga?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And Butler's 35 years old.
Right.
Doesn't have a lot left in the tank, but he's got a championship still in him.
He's right there with the rest of your crew.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and okay, let's say if you had to give up Wiggins and Podziemski.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be doable for you?
Yeah, I'd pull that trigger. I think I would.
Okay.
But I don't, again, salaries and everything else, have to look at all of that and see how it matches up. But yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler, the one thing about him, he is a proven winner. There's no doubt about that. You see him in the playoffs and his game elevates. And
he's a proven winner, but he's got to go somewhere to where he feels he's going to be happy.
It's true. And you're not ever going to keep him totally happy either, right? There's a shelf life to him. But the Warriors, or a team that working for a championship this year, probably not as worried about that. Other games, Bulls and Raptors. Chicago leading Toronto 79-68. Cavs over the Nets. Cavs have lost a couple, but their record's still incredible, 22-4. You've got the Jazz and the Clippers later on tonight. And the game we're going to focus in on when we come back, Denver here in Sacramento. We'll break down the Nuggets and the Kings when we come back. This is Game Night. It's brought to you by the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Sacramento. If you're looking to become a volunteer mentor, help a kid who could use an outside mentor in their lives, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, a great, great organization, especially this time of year as we're thinking about giving of ourselves and what we can do to make ourselves better and our community. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Sacramento, please give them a call. More of Game Night coming back. Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
prizes. Looks like you made the ice list this year.
Santa, don't you mean the nice list?
No, ice, because Prestigio Jewelers carries all the ice you need.
For over 30 years, Prestigio Jewelers has offered in-house financing and fine jewelry. Guaranteed credit approval between $400 and $10,000 with no money down options. Make this Christmas season unforgettable. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. With locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno, or online at prestigiojewelers.com.
Every rose has its thorn.
Get ready for rock legend Bret Michaels, bringing his unforgettable show to the Nugget Casino Resort in Reno on December 28th. Experience all the hits, all the energy with the iconic voice of Bret Michaels. And here's the ultimate rock star bonus, a chance to win a signed guitar from Bret himself, exclusively at the show. Don't miss your chance to rock out and create memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. December 28th, Bret Michaels at the Nugget Reno, where rock and roll dreams come true.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people, obviously. But what's more, MediShare members like it a lot. Their satisfaction rate is 98%. Imagine that. And MediShare is a proven thing, too, for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing. If you join before December 31st and you mention the promo code SHARE, they'll waive your application fee. So you save even more right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is December 31st. So call now and you'll save even more. Here's the number, 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE, 877-26-BIBLE.
Ba, 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 ba. Yep, 'tis the season. Hey, if you take pride in your gift giving, here's a great idea for you. Gift cards from the Good Feet store. Okay, so Arch supports aren't exactly what they've been hinting for, but you know they'd love them. And with the Good Feet lifetime warranty, it's a gift they'll enjoy forever. Buy a Good Feet gift card now, and Good Feet will boost its value 20%. That's a 20% gift from the Good Feet store. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Vacaville, and in Reno on South Virginia Street.
Welcome back to the game night right here, Sacktown Sports, 1140. Final segment here. Scott Marsh along with the high flyer, Henry Turner. And I have to look this up. I'm not sure where I'm seeing this here. Somebody has you listed as 5'6". That can't be right. You're not 5'6".
They got me listed 5'6".
I don't know. I'm gonna find that out. I'm not sure.
It says
5'6".
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, we're gonna get that corrected.
Hey, don't believe everything you see on the internet, okay?
6'8", right?
7.
Excuse me. Okay. All right. Let's get into our injury report for tonight for the Kings. As we said earlier, no Kevin Huerter out with a shoulder, the same shoulder that kept him out last year in the beginning of this year. He's listed as day-to-day. Hopefully nothing serious. It's that same joint. So, you just hope for the best here with Kevin Huerter because he has been playing better and you don't want that to get derailed in any way. As we know as well, Keegan Murray, a late scratch with ankle soreness. Mike Brown described it as something he just found out about today, woke up with it, doesn't know much about it.
Wow.
So that's kind of interesting.
Okay.
Can't really make more out of it. Don't know any more about it. Hopefully it's something that's not serious at all, but Keegan Murray will not play tonight. As for the Nuggets in this one, Jamal Murray was listed as probable, and he's going to play. He's out there warming up right now. Christian Brown is out with the back, so that certainly helps the Kings' cause in terms of matching up with that starting five. The Nuggets will not be with their full complement of their starting five as well. So that's your Gingery and Hammer Associates injury update. And remember, if you've got an injury, just call Gingery. All right, let's talk about Jamal Murray a little bit. I think he gets overlooked a little bit because the Joker is so great, and you can't talk enough about the Joker, but Murray deserves his props too. He won them a championship along with Nikola Jokic. He almost single-handedly won that Lakers series last year with 2 game-winning buzzer beaters in Denver that really helped propel them in a 6-game series that otherwise could have gone a different direction. What do you make of Jamal Murray and the combination of Jokic and Murray? Where would you put them in the best 1-2 combos in the NBA?
First of all, let me say this. Nikola Jokic doesn't have a championship without Jamal Murray. They are a serious 1-2, Batman Robin type duo. It gives them an in and an out. It gives them a yin and a yang. But neither one of those guys was going to do it without the other.
Right.
Even if they were playing at full strength. Yep. As far as, how potent that 1-2 combination is, I think it's
I do too.
Very potent. But I think what really makes this whole Denver thing work is Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr.
For sure. It's their compliments. It's the all-around strength they have.
Yes, because those guys, when they're playing on top of their game, now Denver is a team that can play with anybody out there in the league.
Yeah. As we said earlier on these shows, Denver kind of has a little case of Sacramento-itis. And what I mean by that is I feel like they might have the best starting 5 in the league. When you look at Porter, Gordon, Jokic, Murray, and Brown. But then you go to the bench, it's Westbrook, Strother, Watson, Jordan, Tyson, and Pickett. I mean, that's not a lot of strength off the bench. And what made Denver so great is how deep they were off their bench. And they've lost a lot.
And the crazy thing is, Scott, we're saying Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
We are putting Russell Westbrook,
a Hall of Famer,
as a guy that's underachieving, and you really don't look at him as a threat. We're talking about Mr. 3-time triple-double. How far have you fell from graces when people are looking at you coming off the bench saying, he's not a threat?
No doubt you would think earlier in his career he would automatically be 6th man of the year if he was coming off the bench and how incredible the bench is. But right now, if that's your top player coming off the bench, your bench isn't very strong.
Right. And, that's one of those things to where if he hits it, if he comes out and have a great night, you're in good shape. But if he comes out and have a normal Russell Westbrook type night, he will shoot you out of a game.
Yep. And to your point, the last time out against the Clippers, a game in which the Nuggets won, Westbrook was 2 of 9. He was 0 of 3 from 3-point land. And those are typical numbers for Westbrook.
And see, this is another problem that Westbrook brings. He's a great player.
Yes.
Or let's say was a great player, because now he's a liability.
Yeah.
He isn't really scoring good going to the basket.
Yeah.
And he's not a 3-point threat.
Nope.
So when you get a guy like a Nikola Jokic that you have to double team, you don't mind leaving Russell Westbrook at that line to shoot threes.
Yep.
Matter of fact, that might be a better option.
You're not covering him from out there. You're daring him to shoot that.
Right. And 9 times out of 10, even if he hits some, he's not going to beat you.
No, it's going to come back. Percentages are in your favor. Denver's 13-10. Some people feel like they're underachieving. And again, we talked about their roster combination. I don't know if they're going to go out and be buyers. You would think with Jokic in his prime that you would do everything you could to try and make this team a championship team. But I do. That's why I put them in the category of Sacramento in terms of Sacramento has an elite starting 5 in this league, but the bench is a question mark.
Yeah. I mean, it really isn't a question mark, Scott. It's the sense of a lot of guys that's on that bench aren't playing up to their potential.
Yeah.
I mean, we just talked about it with Russell.
Yep.
Think about this. If Russell, first ballot Hall of Famer, if he could just give you 10, 6, and 8 every night, that's great productivity for him off the bench.
Yep, no doubt. All right, couple minutes left. Sacramento starts this long homestand against a good Denver team. What are you looking for tonight? And without Keegan in that starting lineup, what are the matchups look like tonight?
That's tough. I think that's more tough than, when you're looking at both of those guys saying, all right, they are really 50% of our three-point productivity out there on the floor. But I think it's more important that Keegan guards the number 1 guy that scores against the Sacramento Kings. he's always the one that has to take on that challenge. So whether you talk about Murray, Gordon, or Porter, Keegan would get the call.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be him tonight. So who's going to be that defensive magnet out there?
Is it going to be an Alex Len night tonight?
Alex Lynn might see some run. Okay. I'm wondering how much Isaac Jones is going to get a run. You know, what about Dougie McBuckets? Do you want to stretch the floor?
Yeah.
How do you want to attack this Denver Nuggets team? Do you want to start trying to push them up and down? Or do you want to try to match them bucket for bucket in a half-court game?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting chess game tonight. And, of course, Michael Malone was also a part of Mike Brown's staff in Cleveland. People forget that as well. So they know each other well. They know each other's styles well, too. We'll see how that all comes together. That's going to do it for game night. High Flyer, always great to work with you. It's been a while. And a lot of fun as always. Have a great call tonight.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, coming up next, Kings Live pregame. Jason Ross is here for that. You may ask him if Mike Vick's going to become the new Sac State head coach in football. That's the rumor going on. Maybe Jason's got some info on that. We'll find out about
Michael Vick?
That's been the rumor. Mike Vick has been talking to Sac State about the head coaching.
That would be huge for Sacramento.
Yeah, so that and a lot more coming your way. It's Kings Live pregame next. Thanks for listening to Game Night right here, Sacktown Sports 1140.
The holidays are always a great time to get together with family and friends, but nothing beats the thrill of Stockton Honda's deals. During